Hey everyone, welcome to the tour of my instructional product, Building the Foundation for Editing in Premiere Pro. In this tour, we'll be covering several aspects of the course. We'll begin with an introduction and overview. Then we'll jump into the lessons that are presented in the course and the formative assessments that support them. Next, we'll move on to the final summative assessment activity that is designed to gauge cumulative learning transfer. And along the way, we'll also cover learning strategies employed in the design of the course. And finally, we'll take a look at the embedded evaluation instrument that was used to gather data from the SME and IDE teams. So let's get started. All right, so here's the course. The target audience is college-level students enrolled in courses with a film and video post-production component. This is the welcome page, the first page that students are presented with. In fact, let's go into student view here so we can see what they would see. So as you can see, they're presented with a welcome video that is accompanied by text that lends context to the content of the course and also directly tells students what they will be learning. The video itself is embedded on the page, but can also be watched on YouTube if the student prefers. There's an intro, and then the instructor gives a general overview of the course. Actively work is to see there is absolutely no experience necessary, and this course assumes you have never touched a camera, lighting equipment. So there's an instructor introduction and a general overview of the course. Moving down the page, the navigation is described here. Students are told there are multiple videos throughout the course, and just to click or tap to watch and learn. And then the navigational buttons are addressed here, with next being used to move on to the next page, and then the modules button being available here on the left, which in the Canvas world is basically a menu system. The learning objectives are covered here, and then some more particular information about the instructor, his experience, and his teaching philosophy is listed here. And then there's a next button to continue to the first page of the instructional content, or the student can elect to use the modules button and then gain the ability to jump from place to place in the course if they so desire. So as you can see, there are 4 lessons in the course, and then a performance exam, and then the course evaluation here at the end. The lessons themselves follow a consistent pattern. There's instruction presented, then the learner has the opportunity to engage in a formative assessment knowledge check before moving on to the next lesson. So let's look at the first lesson here. So there is introductory text that lends context to what the student will be learning in the instructional video that employs the first instructional strategy here, direct instruction. Students are presented with the modeled execution of what they are supposed to learn and do in this lesson of the course. Then clicking next, they move on to the formative assessment, the knowledge check activity here. These are the instructions for what they are supposed to do, and a reminder that the activity is not graded so that they can relax, have fun, and see what they've learned so far. Clicking next, and this assessment has several different types of interactions built in. The first one is a multiple choice question. Student would answer. Next is a drag and drop activity, where the student can drag answers into the answer area here. And then we finish up with a multiple answer question, where the student must answer all 3 aspects of the question correctly. They submit. And the interesting part here is if they answer something incorrectly, they are presented immediately with feedback, and they are presented with the opportunity to review the video tutorial in a very targeted fashion. So then they can return and retake the quiz if they desire. So as I said, all the lessons follow the same exact structure, but lessons 2 and 4 have a different type of formative assessment built in, and that is in the form of a Kahoot game. And this employs another instructional strategy, gamified reward-enhanced learning. And once they're done with that, they can move on and continue through the lessons until they reach the final summative assessment here, the performance exam. The learning objectives are recapped here. An overview of the assessment is provided here. And then directions for each step to be performed are provided with the video tutorials from each of the lessons along the way. So the students are presented with multiple means of representation here. Step-by-step text-based instructions, as well as the ability to jump into the video tutorials themselves for a quick refresher review of each of the steps involved. And then examples of the actual product that they are required to create are provided down here so that the students can see exactly what they're supposed to do. Submission instructions here, and then the rubric by which they'll be graded is provided as well. Clicking Next, we get to the course evaluation, the instrument that was used to gather data from the SME and IDE evaluators. And you can see here, there was basic demographic information that was gathered, and then a combination of Likert scale-based quantitative data gathering questions here, and then open-ended questions designed to gather qualitative data as well. And there you have it. So that about wraps it up for this tour of building the foundation for editing in Premiere Pro. I'm glad you could join me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to contact me at lbazania@csu.fullerton.edu, or you can DM me on Instagram at Adobe-Wan Kenobi, or hit my website at lukebazania.com. Thank you.